Yeah, I am Sylvester in Ongene from Bangen, the southwest province of Cameroon. I got into development work as a matter of legacy. I grew up in a small village called Mwakwe, Bangen. In this village, my father left the brothers and went and settled in a farm. In this farm, he was cultivating his coffee and doing everything on his own with the wife. They finally gave birth to my elder sister, whom I never met. Then later on gave birth to me. We lived there and I used to move in a nearby village about 3 kilometers away from the farm. In one day when I left and to meet my friends in a nearby village, all of them had gone to school. I was there alone. I could not have people to play with. I came back, so the next day I pushed my parents that I had to go to school too. They said I was too young to go to school. I said, no, I have to go to school. So I had to start going to school. There was a small stream in between the village and the farm. One day as I was coming back from school, the stream overflowed with bang and I was stuck by the riverside. There was no way I could go back. They too had traveled. So they came back late when they thought of this rain, came back late at about 6 p.m. came and collected me, and they started meditating over it. So they got a friend of theirs whose son was in Kumba, the city, and asked him to take me away because I love going to school. Since I can't, because of this problem, I may not be able to continue school because of my age. So I went to Kumba, I did my school, primary school, secondary school, high school, then went and did agriculture. From the School of Agriculture, I was employed with the government, and I taught in the School of Agriculture itself for the first year, had a scholarship to go to Britain. But he was a bit bitter, he didn't want me to go, and at one moment he gave up and said, okay, you can go. But this is the time I lost him. And within the course of doing the burial and every other thing, I lost the scholarship because there was no way to follow it up. So I stayed back teaching. But I discovered that everything that we had to do just came from a planned activity from the ministry. You could not initiate your own activity. I looked for transfer and I went out of the school, got a different service from the Ministry of Agriculture in extension work. This is where I started my development work as an extension officer. But again, with the government, it's already top down. Everything is designed in your own day and we just implement. So it's difficult for you to really plan and initiate your own activity. That's when I visited the area again. I discovered that people still live the way we used to live. So I thought that we could get into partnership with other colleagues with different fields and came up with an organization for which I am working today. So we developed this organization. We've been struggling to see what we can do, how far we can go. Many have fallen back. And I struggled, by the time this is the period I got married to, I struggled to get my wife a job because she is now working for the legal department in Kumba. And this little salary I used to have, I put into the organization with one of my friends who is now in IRA. So the two of us contributed money and we started working. We developed a good number of projects, worked, tried to get consultancy jobs, and people started recognizing our activity. So through that, I've been able to get to where I am. Today I am in Seattle to deepen my knowledge and to a kind of improve my leadership and management skills. Of course, my dream is that we should kind of come up with a training center, because the kind of subsistence agriculture that has been taking place over the years since I was born is the kind of agriculture that is still taking place today, and the people remain poorer and poorer. If I have to get into stories that I have been encountering, that this forum may not be, the time will be too short for me to explain. So I feel that it will be very important for us to come up with a demo farm or a training center that can really train people to stay back home, change the mentality of the people, and even think of conserving the environment. So basically, that's why I'm here, and that's my vision. Thank you.